I spent nearly a year working the graveyard shift at a 24-hour diner off Interstate 79, the kind of place where time felt stuck. The flickering neon sign buzzed endlessly above the cracked windows, and the smell of burnt coffee and fried food lingered like fog. Truckers, night owls, and lost travelers drifted in and out, all seeking warmth in the middle of nowhere. It was quiet most nights, routine, predictable, until he started coming in. He always arrived at 1 a.m. sharp, never early, never late. Same gray hoodie, same seat in the last booth by the wall. He'd slide in, silent as a shadow, and just watch. "Coffee?" I'd ask. "Black," he'd reply softly, eyes fixed on me in a way that made my skin crawl. Then he'd order the same meal, eggs and toast, every single night. At first, I brushed it off. Regulars are creatures of habit, I told myself. But there was something about him that didn't fit. It was in his smile too wide, too practiced, like he was imitating normal human emotion. A week later, I noticed he never looked at the menu. He didn't even glance at the other customers. He just sat there, watching. Every time I walked by, his eyes tracked me, slow, deliberate. Then one night, as I refilled his coffee, he spoke. "You're always here," he said. "The same time, same shift." I gave a nervous laugh. "Yeah, I guess I am." "You ever get tired of it?" he asked, tilting his head. "Serving the same food, walking the same paths, seeing the same faces." I froze for a second. "That's how jobs work, I guess." He smiled wider. "Routine's important. I have routines too." The way he said it made my stomach twist. I didn't respond, just turned and walked away, but his words clung to me like static. The next night, he was back. When I brought his coffee, I noticed he was writing in a small notebook. I glanced down. Lists, times, descriptions, people. "What's that you're writing?" I asked. He looked up, eyes unblinking. "Observations," he whispered. "I like tracking patterns. Who comes in, what they order, how long they stay." "That's creepy," I muttered. He chuckled quietly. "I'm not hurting anyone. I'm just watching." The more he came, the worse it got. He started mentioning things he shouldn't have known. My car, the way I parked in the same spot every night, the small scar on my left hand. One night, he said, "You wore your hair down yesterday. You look better like that." My blood ran cold. I never told him that. I didn't even have my name tag on most nights. I tried changing things up, parking under the lights, wearing different clothes, but he always noticed. "You parked under the lamp tonight," he'd say. Or, "You're wearing new earrings." He was watching me, always watching. Then one night, he wasn't alone. He came in with a woman, maybe his age. Both of them had notebooks open, writing furiously. I served them with shaking hands. When I dropped the check, I glanced at her notebook. My full name, my car's mate, my license plate number. My name wasn't even on my tag. I backed away, heart pounding, and called my manager. 20 minutes later, he showed up and talked to them quietly. When he came back, his face was pale. "They said they're just observing human behavior," he whispered. "I told them they're not welcome back. If they come again, call the police." They left, and I never saw them again. But from that night on, I felt eyes on me even when no one was there. When I'd leave work, I'd check my back seat before starting the car. I changed my routes home, kept pepper spray in my pocket, and still couldn't shake the feeling. After a few months, I quit. I told my boss I was moving away, which wasn't a lie, but the truth was simpler. I couldn't handle the feeling of being watched. Even now, when I drive past that diner, the neon still flickering, I wonder, was he really just a watcher or something much darker? Maybe he's somewhere else now, watching someone new, tracking their patterns, writing their name in another notebook. And maybe he's watching me again. So if you ever find yourself in a diner late at night and someone sits alone in the corner, never looking away, remember my story, and don't forget to like and subscribe before the lights go out.